The summer sun hung low over the cornfields of Eldridge, Iowa, painting the sky in streaks of orange and pink. Ellie Harper, 12 years old with freckles like spilled cinnamon and a braid that never stayed neat, stood at the edge of her grandfather's farm. In her hand was a letter, creased from being read 100 times. It was from the National Young Inventors Fair in Chicago, and it said, "Congratulations, Ellie Harper. Your solar-powered water purifier has been selected as a finalist." Ellie's heart thumped like a bass drum. She'd built the purifier in her grandpa's barn, using old bike parts, a busted solar panel from the shed, and a plastic jug she'd fished out of the creek. It could clean murky water in 20 minutes flat. She'd tested it on the pond behind the barn, where the ducks swam in green soup. The water came out clear enough to drink. She'd done it for her mom, who'd gotten sick from bad water on a mission trip to Guatemala 2 years ago. Mom never complained, but Ellie saw the worrying in her eyes every time she filled a glass from the tap. "Ellie," Grandpa's voice carried across the yard. He was leaning on his cane by the porch, his flannel shirt tucked into jeans that had seen better decades. "You gonna stand there all day or pack for the big city?" Ellie grinned and ran to him. "I'm going, Grandpa. I'm really going." He ruffled her hair. "Course you are." Harpers don't back down from a challenge, but Chicago's a long way from Eldridge. "You sure you're ready?" She nodded, but her stomach twisted. Chicago was skyscrapers and crowds, not cornfields and quiet. And she'd be presenting her invention to real scientists. What if they laughed? What if her purifier broke? What if she forgot how to talk? That night, Ellie packed her backpack with care, the purifier, her notebook of sketches, a photo of her mom smiling in a hospital bed, and her lucky red bandana. She whispered to the dark, "I'm doing this for you, Mom." The train to Chicago was a rattling beast, all steel and noise. Ellie sat by the window, watching Iowa blur into Illinois. Across the aisle was a girl about her age, with curly black hair and a skateboard tucked under her seat. She was drawing in a sketchbook, her pencil flying over the page. Ellie leaned over. "That's amazing. Is that a robot?" The girl looked up, her eyes bright. "Yeah, I'm Maya. This is my battle bot for the fair. It's gonna crush the competition." She grinned, showing a gap where a tooth used to be. "You in the Inventors Fair too?" Ellie nodded, suddenly shy. "I'm Ellie. I made a water purifier." Maya's eyes widened. "No way. That's so cool. My dad says clean water's the future. Wanna sit together?" They talked the whole way to Chicago. Maya was from Detroit, raised by her dad after her mom left. She loved robotics because it made her feel like she could build a better world. Ellie told her about the farm, her mom's illness, and how she wanted to make water safe for everyone. By the time the train pulled into Union Station, they were friends. Chicago was a whirlwind. The fair was held in a massive convention center, all glass and echoing voices. Ellie's booth was wedged between a kid with a drone that delivered pizza and a girl whose I could predict your mood from your voice. Ellie set up her purifier, her hands shaking as she connected the solar panel. Maya's battlebot, named Thunderclap gleamed across the aisle, its claws ready to snag opponents. The first day was a blur of judges in suits, kids in sneakers, and parents clutching coffee. Ellie demonstrated her purifier to a stern woman with a clipboard. She poured muddy water from a bucket into the jug, and the crowd watched as the solar panel hummed. 20 minutes later, the water was clear. The woman raised an eyebrow. "Impressive functionality for a prototype. How scalable is it?" Ellie froze. Scalable. She hadn't thought that far. I could make bigger ones, with more jugs." The woman scribbled something and moved on. Ellie's cheeks burned. Maya gave her a thumbs up from her booth, where Thunderclap had just flipped another bot into a pile of sparks. That night, in their hotel room, Maya's dad had booked them a shared room to save money. Ellie stared at the ceiling. "I messed up, Maya." She asked about scaling. and I sounded like an idiot. Maya tossed a pillow at her. You're 12, not Elon Musk. You built something that works. That's huge. Tomorrow, just tell them why you did it. Judges love a story. The second day was the big one. The finalist presentations. Ellie was up against 5 other kids, including a smug boy named Tyler from California, whose project was a smart fridge that ordered groceries. He smirked when he saw Ellie's purifier. Cute, he said. Ellie clenched her fists but said nothing. She thought of her mom, of the ducks in the pond, of the kids in Guatemala who drank from rivers that made them sick. She wasn't here for Tyler. On stage, under bright lights, Ellie set up her purifier. Her voice shook at first, but then she found her rhythm. My mom got sick from bad water, she said, holding up the photo. I don't want that to happen to anyone else. This purifier uses sunlight, stuff you can find anywhere. And it makes water safe in 20 minutes. It's not perfect, but it's a start. She poured in the muddy water. The crowd leaned forward. The solar panel glowed, the filter whirred, and the water came out clear. A few people clapped. Ellie's heart soared. Then Tyler went up. His fridge was slick, all chrome and voice commands. It ordered milk when it sensed you were low. The crowd knew it. But when a judge asked, what happens in a power outage? Tyler stammered, UH. It has a battery. Ellie bit her lip to keep from smiling. The awards ceremony was chaos. Kids bounced in their seats. Parents whispered prayers. Ellie held Maya's hand, her palms sweaty. When they called third place, it wasn't her. Second place, not her either. Ellie's stomach sank. Then the announcer said, first place in the practical innovation category, Ellie Harper, for the solar water purifier. Ellie screamed. Maya hugged her so hard they almost fell over. She stumbled to the stage, clutching a shiny trophy shaped like a light bulb. The crowd cheered, and for the first time, Ellie didn't care about the skyscrapers or the crowds. She was enough. Back in Eldridge, the town threw a parade. Ellie rode in the back of Grandpa's old pickup, waving to neighbors who'd known her since she was in diapers. Maya came for the weekend, her battle bot tucked under her arm. They sat on the porch, drinking lemonade, planning their next project, a purifier bot that could. Clean water asterisk and asterisk fight crime. Ellie looked at the cornfields, golden under the setting sun. She wasn't just an American girl from Iowa anymore. She was an inventor, a friend, a fighter. And the world was just getting started.